Welcome, blessings, peace be unto you, Hotep, Shalom. This is Kemet Yoga and African Dance, and this is our last session for this 2020 year. We will begin afresh and anew in the new year, January. So I just want to take time to first thank you for joining me for these past 6 weeks. As I shared, it's a work in progress. So I thank all of you who are new to yoga, trying to learn yoga, that you embarked on this journey with me. To be clear, I am a certified holistic health counselor, and I am also a certified yoga instructor, 200 hours completed as of 2019. And so again, I thank you for joining me. This was very basic yoga. It was primarily for beginners. And so you helped me greatly to walk through this process of doing yoga, finding out where my strengths are, where my weaknesses, and it also showed me how important it is to stick to your routine, to stick to your practice when it comes to yoga. So on today, for our final one, we're going to wrap up but just by going over all of the poses and positions that we have taken thus far, and concluding with our newer positions that were added on last week. Warrior 2, Peaceful Warrior, Standing Side Bend, Triangle Pose, Extended Triangle Pose. So we will close there. So this is a great Sunday for us to end. It is the first Sunday of the Advent season. And for those of you who are not familiar with Advent season prepares us for the coming of the soon born King, remembering the baby Jesus being born upon the earth. But it also directs us and points us to Jesus Christ's future and his coming back. And so with great expectation, we prepare ourselves, we get ready for the coming back of Jesus, who is the Christ. And I truly believe in this season of all that has taken place, that Jesus is really heightening our spiritual awareness and our spiritual understanding. So he has called us to awaken during this season. And I believe yoga is a great way to help us to do that. Yoga, especially pranayama, the breath work, help us to get in tune with self, within, along with the poses, asana, which we've been doing. As you see, it's not just about flexibility and strengthening your physical body. It's about engaging the work that needs to take place within, and that is our spiritual work. And so we started with the understanding that Kemet yoga started in Egypt, ancient Egypt, with the ancient Egyptians. And I wanted to share that because often we learn that yoga has come from India. And not that India has stolen anything from the ancient Egyptians, but India recognizes that their lineage is also connected to ancient Egypt. And so the ancient Egyptians, as they traveled and gone upon different areas upon the earth, some landing in what is now known as India, they continued this practice of poses and positioning, with the understanding that doing this posing and positioning was going to help them to be in a greater connection with God. And so I want you to walk away with that understanding that this whole asana, posing and positions, what we know as yoga, it helped the ancient Egyptians understand how to get closer in relationship to God, to be like God, and to understand the character and the nature of their God. And so we shared that in ancient Egyptian thinking, it's called Supine Twist, and it's about connecting the upper with the lower. So our upper selves, our higher selves with our lower selves, those things that have a lower vibration, that negativity, those things that keep us out of sync, those things that keep us disconnected from our God and how we are to worship our God, and how we are to understand ourselves as children of God, even God-like gods and even goddesses. So we are to connect our higher selves with our lower selves, because we understand that we can't get rid of them. So we have to join them together so that we can balance right? And that's what they teach in ancient Egyptian, understanding Ma'at, M-A-A-T, to balance. There's always going to be a duality that takes place, but we understand this duality as a way that helps us to come together to become one. So I hope you walk away with some of that ancient Egyptian understanding. We will pick it up some more in January. I'm going to hopefully be doing a study on this with some of my colleagues, and I will give you that information as we go. But for now, let's take some basic yoga understanding. I'm not going to speak through everything because I want you to engage as possible and get your own flow, get your own routine going. But the first thing we start out with is grounding down. We start by taking a comfortable position. So I invite you to do that today. And I am sitting on a bolster. I also have my blocks here to help me to support my back, support my legs, or any area of my body where I feel like I can't do it on my own. The blocks are here to help me along with the bolster. So if you don't have blocks, you don't have a bolster, you might want to purchase it for yourself. If not, consider using a pillow, but you want a firm pillow. You don't want just a soft pillow because it's not going to really help you to elevate your hips over your knees. And that is the purpose of the bolster. And again, this is also another way you can sit, as I shared. You can sit this way, and often people will just sit on their block. Anything again to help elevate your hips. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to your comfortable seat, a lotus position. I'm going to take off my socks. Somewhere along here, I'll take off my glasses. But we just want to start. And again, this is about elevating the hips. It's for a better flow. It's for the elongation of your spine. Sit up straight. Sit on your sits bones. Okay. And as you get comfortable, I invite you to begin to take 3 breaths. And you can have palms facing up. Here. Here. Begin by taking your breaths. And we remember, as we take an inhale, our belly gets full. And when we exhale, it flattens. Let's begin. And as you continue to take your breaths, again, as we are entering into the Advent season, the season of preparing ourselves, the season for getting ready for all that we believe that God is going to have for us, ending this year and preparing for the new year as we await the Christ. Set an intention for yourself. Continue to inhale and exhale. Often we wait to the beginning of the year to set some goals. But how about you set an intention for yourself, starting now, so that you can begin to prepare for it and do what you need to do so that you can fulfill that goal in the new year or even before. And perhaps your goal is not for the new year. Maybe it's something you want to just prepare yourselves for this week, next week, the Advent season, the Christmas season. That is fine as well. You need to set an intention that you need for yourself during this time. For some people, again, it's a future one in the near future. For some of us, it's just this week. Perhaps it's even just today. Continue to inhale and exhale. What do you need today? What do you need at this moment? Set your intention, inhale and exhale. And on the next inhale, I'm going to invite you to lift your arms up overhead. Inhale them up. Exhale them down, heart position. Inhale and exhale your intention. And lower your arms, exhale them down to your sides. And we're going to start with some side bends. And you should be familiar with this. We're going to inhale the arm up And when you exhale, you really engage into the bend. Shoulders away from your ears. And then you inhale up the arm, exhale it back down, and you go to the other side. Remember, hand can be placed on a block or on your bolster or on the right to the side by the floor. Inhale the left arm up and exhale it out. Arm overhead, drop the shoulders, and really just go into that bend. Inhale it up, exhale it down. Do it on the other side. Now in your own practice, you may feel led to do some more, but we're going to go at this time to some supine twist. And we're going to inhale and place the right hand on the left knee and place our left hand to our lower back or on the bolster as we inhale. And as we turn, we exhale it out. And take some breaths here. Inhale. Exhale and inhale. Come back to neutral position. Exhale it out. Inhale and go to the other side. Exhale it out. Take some breaths. Come back to neutral, exhale it down, and continue. Let's go to the other side. And we're going to go to cat, take some cat and dog poses. And so I invite you at this time to go on to tabletop. And tabletop, our back is straight, our fingers are spread out wide. And our legs are hip width apart. And our shoulders are over our wrists. And when we go to do dog, we inhale, drop the belly. Remember the belly's round. Inhale. And then when we exhale, cat, we round the spine and push all the way up. Inhale, dog, cat and cow, sorry, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Drop the belly. Push the hips all the way up. And then exhale, cat. Inhale, last time, cow. And then we're going to exhale, bring the big toes together, open up the legs, and push back to child's pose positioning. And on child's pose, you can put your cheek onto the floor or your forehead. You can also use your block to help you. If you can't go all the way down. And also consider having your blanket here to help you with your knees. I don't have mine today because I don't need it, but you can put a blanket there if you need to help with your knees. And you just lay down and you try to have the hip parts down by your heels as much as possible and really stretch out that spine, lower down. And again, you can have your cheeks onto the floor, take some breaths. Other side. Now we're going to inhale up to downward facing dog. So again, our fingers are spread wide. We're going to tuck our toes, push our hips back and up. Inhale up. And you can pedal up the feet. And you're going to exhale down. Inhale, look forward, and you're going to either walk or jump to the front of your mat. I'm going to show you what stepping up looks like. Trying to keep your hands placed on the ground. And stay into forward fold. And we're going to take some breaths. We're going to inhale up. The half lift, back is straight, knees are bent slightly, and we exhale back down. Place your hands onto the floor if you can. Remember, you can use your block. Inhale back up, half lift. Exhale back down. And then we're going to tuck the buttocks down and begin to slowly roll up. Inhale it up. Exhale. And we find ourselves in mountain pose position. I'm going to step back a little bit so you can see me. Mountain pose. Knees are soft. Feet are grounded. Palms are facing up on the thigh. Hips are down. Ribs are knitted together. Mountain pose, Tadasana. So we're going to prepare for our sun salutations and also journey of Ra. So I intertwine sun salutations with journey of Ra because they're very similar. And we went over it before, so you can look at the previous videos. I think it was video number 2 or 3 that we did that, the journey of Ra, and learned about sun salutations. So I'm going to go from side to side so that you can see my form. And I will go from side to side so you can see when I take different legs positioning so that you can see, again, the actual form. So we start with sun salutations. Remember, we're in Tadasana. This is mountain pose. We inhale up to extended mountain pose. Again, same form. And then we swan dive forward, back to forward fold, and we go all the way down to plank position. This is where we take our vinyasa. Plank position. Remember, shoulders over the wrist. Plank position. You can take some breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and then exhale down. And inhale up to upward facing dog. Upward facing dog. Exhale down. You can inhale up to cobra. Exhale down. Come up to downward facing dog. And again, pedal the feet. You're going to exhale down, inhale up, and step or jump to the front of our mat. Back to forward fold. When you're in exhale, inhale up to halfway lift. Exhale down, tuck the buttocks, and slowly roll up. And we come back to Tadasana. We're going to inhale up to extended mountain pose and exhale it out. Inhale up and take a slight back bend. Knees are bent, pelvis is forward and down. And we're lifting up from the lower back to the upper back. Take some breaths. And we're going to inhale up and all the way back down to plank position. We're going to exhale down and inhale up to upward facing dog. Exhale down. And we're going to inhale back up to downward facing dog. And we're going to inhale the left leg up. Bring it forward through the nose. And we are in Crescent Lunge. And you can use your blocks. Or here. Inhale the arms up. We're going to exhale them down. Go back to downward facing dog. You're going to inhale the right leg up. Bend at the knee. Bring it all the way through. Again, Crescent Lunge. You can hold your blocks. Here, hips are forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them down. Go back to downward facing dog. Also, it's called pyramid position or inverted V. And we exhale down, inhale up, go back to the front of our mats. We're in forward fold. And we're going to slowly roll back up to mountain pose positioning. And I'm going to do it from this angle. We're in mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale it out. Inhale up. Go back to a slight back bend. And we're going to go forward, all the way back down to plank position. Exhale down, take a vinyasa, inhale up, exhale down, inhale back up to downward facing dog. We're going to lift the left leg up, inhale it up, bend it at the knee, and bring it forward to lunge position. Both feet are forward, and you're here, or you can use your blocks and stay here. We're here. We're going to open up to Warrior Two. Warrior Two, front foot is facing forward. The back foot is facing outward, not to the back. Outward with the hip. Hands second position. Looking back, pushing into the front knee. You're going to inhale and go to peaceful warrior. You're going to inhale, switch, and go to a side bend. Inhale and go to extended triangle. And breathe. I just needed to make sure it's still running. It's been stopping. So you're in triangle. From triangle, you're going to go right back down. All the way down. You're going to go back to downward facing dog. And I'm going to turn the other way just so you can see the form. So we're back in downward facing dog. We're going to inhale the left leg up. Bend it at the knee. And bring it all the way through to lunge position. Remember, you can use your blocks and be here, or you can come straight up to here. Then we're going to rotate the back foot from being forward to out. Lean into the front leg. Arms in second position. Look over your shoulder. From there, we're going to inhale. We'll go to Peaceful Warrior. Exhale. Go to a side lunge. Inhale up to triangle. Extended triangle. Again, you can use your block. Take some breaths. Exhale back down. And go back to inhaling up to downward facing dog. Okay. Pedal the feet. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Step or jump. Stay in forward fold. Take some breaths. Grab your elbows. Take a ragdoll. Continue to take your breath. You can extend your legs open a little bit. Bring your arms through your legs. And just hang. Inhale up. Extended, half extended lift. Exhale it back down. Bring the legs back together. Hip width distance apart. Tuck the buttocks and slowly roll up. Head is the last thing to come up. And find yourself back in mountain pose, Tadasana. And just take some breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And on this next inhale, we're going to go to tree pose. And take some breaths. Or here, breaths. Or here, breaths. Exhale it down. Come back to Tadasana. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And on this inhale, the other side for tree pose. Or here, or here. Your foot can be down by the ankle, your knee, or even higher if you can. And exhale it down, back to Tadasana. So those were all the poses for the most part that we covered in the first 6 weeks. So I try to break it down some so that you can practice on your own. Please, you have access to all the videos. Go back, look over them, See how we have grown, because we have grown over these past 6 weeks. I know I have. Again, I recognize my weaknesses. I recognize my strengths. I learned how to do videotape a little bit better. So I'm working on all those things. I'm going to be getting new equipment hopefully by the new year so that we can continue to practice, to grow, and to journey together, learning how to do yoga and the African dance, chakra dance together. So we're going to be doing African dance, which is very similar to chakra dance. This way you can learn about your different chakras, apply it to your yoga, and just bring everything collectively together holistically so that we can be the best that we possibly can be. So on that note, I ask you to inhale up and exhale it down. Inhale up and exhale it down. And for some of us, we had an intention. Inhale that intention up and exhale it down. Take some breaths on your own. Reminding yourself of your intention. Becoming one with your breath. And I say, Namaste. The God within me sees the God within you. Blessings to you. And I remind you that you have time at this moment to take your Savasana, which is to lay flat down on the ground using your blocks and even your bolster for your head if you choose, and your blanket, and just lay out in corpse position. Not thinking about all we did today, not trying to figure out what you did right or wrong, just letting it all go and just enjoying this moment, taking time to rest. Not thinking about anything, not concerning yourself about what you have to do for the rest of the day. But for 7 minutes, just lay out wherever you are. Hopefully you created a nice environment for yourself during your practice, and that you can just enjoy it now. Rest is so greatly important to our practice, and I think I shared that along the way, that if you don't do anything else for your practice, please do your sun salutations or journey of Ra and your Sukhasana. Take a rest. And I also shared that some people take a rest in the beginning and others take it in just at the end. So it's up to you. Own your practice. Take what I've given you and create your positioning and your poses that suits you and your body. And there's so much information out there, so please go visit that as well. But we will come back together soon in the new year and do this together. So again, so we can learn, grow, and journey together, because it's all about our spiritual growth and development. It's all about honoring ourselves and honoring the God that we love and serve. God bless you. Again, thank you. Shalom.